Hello, this is Sarah Estelle here, and welcome to my live stream today on the eve of this Virgo full moon. If you haven't met me before, let me introduce myself. So my name is Sarah Estelle. I'm the founder of the Essentially Flowers Diploma in Flower and Vibrational Essences, the founder of the Create a Magical Business and Empowered Healer business programs, and also the Star of Gaia Priestess process. My work is all about weaving flowers and nature, taking businesses forward from a healing perspective into the world, and then weaving that with the sacred. So it's a real weaving of flowers, nature, business, the sacred. It's what I love and what I help other people do. So right now, because we are on the cusp of this Virgo New Moon, I'm spending this afternoon preparing for myself for the Virgo New Moon, which is tomorrow morning in the UK, and also sharing and getting my students ready to take part in a process that we're going through live tonight. So I thought it might be fun and interesting for you to see a little bit of what goes on behind the scenes here at Create a Magical Business headquarters. So every single new moon for about 5 or 6 years now, I have seriously, and when I say seriously, I haven't missed it once, really, truly, hand on heart. I go through a process with myself, and it's first and foremost with myself. And when I first started doing this with mentors, because it made so much sense to me to do this, and then found my own way of doing it with the Nature Kingdom, and for a good year or so did it on my own. And then because I saw it working, essentially, I started to share it through my business. And it was a real jump from taking me from planning my life in a kind of more, what I would call a more masculine way, using the Muggle calendar, which didn't feel right, but I knew I had to plan, and starting to plan with the natural cycles. So this is where it comes from. So how we do this, with the flagship program that I run called Manifesting with the Moon. And by the way, if this calls to you and you're interested in finding out more about any of the things that I do, or exploring how this could help you, even if you're not sure you could, you'll see below with this live stream some diary links. So please just choose the one that feels most relevant to you and book a time. And it's free. It's just a time for you and I to have a chat and to see if what I do could help and support you. It's a totally free, friendly, no obligation chat. It's literally just a touching point between the two of us. So just choose your diary link if that calls to you. So here's what I've been doing this afternoon, and it will give you a great flavour as to how this might help you. Now, this process can be used for your personal life, and it can be used for your business life. Manifesting, when we do this from an aligned place, it doesn't separate different parts of us. It sees us as a whole. So this is about all of you. So if you're wanting, if we look at it from a business perspective and you're looking at increasing your income, for example, we don't just focus on increasing your income. We focus on increasing all of you. So more joy, more time, more abundance, whatever it is you want, we look at increasing all of that, because one of them can't happen without the other. That's a very separated world. And we don't live in that kind of world. Nature doesn't live in that kind of world. So this can relate to you. All courses that I run, whether they are Flower Essence Diploma, the business courses, or the Priestess process, what they all share in common is the manifesting with the moon. So everybody that works with me, everybody that comes into the energy of what I do, works with this process. It's not exclusive to one program, because it's key for all of us. So the very first thing that I did this afternoon to take you through a little sharing of what I've been doing is at the beginning of 2019, I went through a process with my own mentoring group and then took my students through the same process of the 10 most important projects for 2019. I have a list of them here. So on this cusp of a new moon, and as we go into autumn in the Northern Hemisphere, it's really important to start getting focused on how we can most effectively use the next 3 months before the solstice, and also there's just things to be done, and during the summertime we often chill and relax a little bit, which is normal. So I had a look through these 10 things that I had written at the beginning of 2019, and I would say that about 50 to 60% of them are done, which is cool. So I wrote those on a separate list, and for me to celebrate myself that I had done these things. Now, of that let's say the 40% that weren't done, I would say about half of those haven't been touched, and about the other half are in process. So what I did was then I then got an implementation list out, and this is what I've done this afternoon, and I wrote down, this is all back to front, oh, that's there we go, the things that I wish to do that had come off this list from the beginning of the year for the rest of this year, in the next 3 months. And I asterisked, as you can see at the side, the ones that I'm going to do this cycle. The other ones I put out that I'm going to do in October or November. So that, first of all, because all this stuff kind of really sits out here, doesn't it? You know, it's like, got all the stuff to do, even if we can't remember what it is. And this is the same for all of us. And if we don't actually get clear on what it is, if we don't take that time, it just stays out there. You may know that quantum physics nowadays, quantum physics is showing us that what we focus on manifests. So if I have all this stuff that I'm not looking at, if I wrote this list at the beginning of 2019, quantum physics will tell me that if I'm not focusing on it, it doesn't exist. So something for us to think about. So here are all the things that I've asterisked here. Now what I've actually done with those then, this is part of the manifesting with the moon process, I've now got it onto a sheet where I've got 3 creation goals for this month. One's for my business, one's for my home and family, and one's for me. And then I have 3 things that I'm going to do for each of those this month. And this is then what gets put onto my diary. So I hope that's been interesting for you. This is what I teach in my programs, and it's what I do every single month without fail. I know in my heart that if I didn't do this, we may well not be living here in France right now. It's a process that I really, really think added so much ease and joy to our process of moving here in 2015, and it brings so much meaning to my life as well. So if you'd like to learn how to do this, and it calls you to find out a little bit more, as I said, right next to this live stream or this video, you can see 3 diary options. It doesn't really matter which one you choose, because the end result is the same. We get to talk. It's free. I'm not going to try and sell you a thing. It's literally just a time for us to talk. And if we find together that there is something that I could help you with, then I will share more about it with you. So please choose the diary link that feels the most congruent to you. And let's get you moving this new moon. Let's get you moving this autumn towards what brings you joy in life. So wishing you many blessings for this new moon, and I hope to speak to you soon. Bye-bye.